Rumors are that allegedly Sheree is about to be in a fight with this mystery former Real Housewives of Atlanta housewife. Who is it? And what is the fight all about? Well, I have some new information that may answer all of those questions and more right after this. What's up, kinfolk? And welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, do me a favor and subscribe. And if you already are subscribed, do me a favor and get notified so you'll know whenever I upload new videos to the channel. All right, kinfolk, come on into the house. We have a lot to talk about, and it centers around rumors that allegedly Sheree is about to be in a big fight with this former Real Housewives of Atlanta housewife. Who is the mystery housewife, and what is the fight about? Well, I have some new information that may answer all of those questions and more, and here it goes. Rumors are that allegedly Sheree has officially chosen a side in the fight for next season's alleged available Real Housewives of Atlanta peach between Kim Zolciak and this mystery former Real Housewives of Atlanta housewife. The source said, of all the ladies on the current cast, no one has been put in a harder place than Sheree. With low season ratings and rumored cast shakeups, it seems Sheree has not only need to secure her own peach for next season, but also help secure the peach of the former housewife who could be a good asset for her storyline. Many people behind the scenes, said the source, were trying to pull Sheree into two different directions based off of their own narrative needs. The source elaborated. Normally, there wouldn't be cast shakeup talks this early in the season, but with uncharacteristically low ratings and an uncertain ratings future forecast, something has to be done, and quick. So the question is, who did Sheree allegedly decide to throw her full support behind to return to the Real Housewives of Atlanta franchise? Well, allegedly, Sheree has decided to abandon lone friend Kim Zolciak's campaign to return in favor of supporting former castmate Portia Gubadia's return to the franchise. But the decision wasn't easy. An industry insider said, Sheree and Kim are two OGs, and historically, OGs stick together, especially when one is trying to return to the franchise. This support normally looks like this: creating crossover narratives with one another, inviting the former housewife to filming events, or actively campaigning verbally for the friend to producers and the network to return. All things Sheree had been allegedly doing for Kim since filming started last year. So, what happened? The insider continued. What fans don't know is that there is a secret behind-the-scenes beef allegedly between Sheree and Portia that has been brewing for the last 2 years. The insider elaborates. The most anyone knows about the alleged beef is that it involves Simon, and that's it. Production was allegedly alerted about this secret beef last year before filming started, but didn't have enough time to investigate the alleged drama, ended the source. Now, after the two have appeared on Watch What Happened Live together, producers allegedly feel that there may still be some deep tension between the two. And allegedly, the deep tension was seen backstage and in between takes, signaling that the two, despite their cheerful pictures and small talk, aren't in the best of places. So the question is, what's next? A source said, allegedly, producers want to explore the rumored tension and beef between the two. When Sheree allegedly was unofficially and hypothetically asked about beef with Portia and her returning, she shied away from the question, but also signaled that she was okay with Portia returning if it gave her the opportunity to clear the air. The source continued. So technically, Sheree didn't choose a side. A side was allegedly chosen for her. And depending on how Kim sees it, this could lead to a huge falling out between the two OG friends. A fight so iconic, said the source, it may even warrant Kim snatching another current peach from a housewife. Either way, Sheree is stuck between two peaches and a hard place, said the source. And depending on which way things turn out, you could see two big fights next season between Sheree and Porsha that could give the franchise one of its best seasons ever. All right, kinfolk, that was a lot, but this is some information that I got and received regarding an alleged conversation that Sheree has had with producers about the possibility of Porsha returning. Now, kinfolk, as always, we're going to take this rumor and we're going to break it up into two parts. And we're going to see which part of this rumor we can see as being factual and which part of this rumor we can see as not being so factual. So, with that being said, the first part of this rumor, I think the big part of the rumor that I feel is somewhat, or could be somewhat true, is this. I could feel the tension on Watch What Happens Live between Porsha and Sheree. It wasn't a very obvious tension, but their banter or their conversation, it lacked that type of excitement that a former housewife normally has when she's on Watch What Happens Live with a current housewife. It's kind of like this whole reminiscing about the good times when they both were on the show. Even if they've had drama with each other in the past, it seems to always seem as if they have hashed it out and have let bygones be bygones. And so when they're on stage together at BravoCon or when they're on Watch What Happens Live together, they seem to be cheerful and enjoying each other's company and, you know, having fun, going fun shade or light shade, and just really reminiscing about their time on the show. But we didn't see that with Sheree and Porsha. And the body language really proved that. You know, I'm not saying that it was just so obvious that the two have some beef and some tension. But when you couple with the rumors that Sheree and Porsha had some type of drama back when Porsha didn't invite Sheree to her and Simon's wedding, then you can kind of see where some of that tension could be building up from. And if you did hear those rumors about how Sheree was not invited to or allegedly wasn't invited to Porsha and Simon's wedding, after having known Simon, I think, longer than Porsha did and have actually traveled outside the country with his company or something like that, it would seem as if, you know, there will be some type of friendly camaraderie between the two. But that does not seem to be the case. And it leads us to believe that this rumor could actually be true. Now, with that being said, kinfolk, is a second part of this rumor that I do find very surprising. Is this. Sheree and Porsha is a battle that we have never really seen in full force on the show. And I was very surprised to know that they had alleged drama or beef between each other. And I was surprised to find it out because, you know, in past seasons when they've been on the show together, and even as recently as I think 2 or 3 seasons ago, their drama, if they had any, always seemed to dissipate very quickly. And if it did like escalate, it didn't escalate to a point to where you could feel like there are some deep tensions or some behind the scenes drama that we're not privy to. It always seemed to be hit a crescendo, then we forget about it, or hit a crescendo and they forget about it. And everyone is back to just being cool and cordial. But I do believe that if you are to put Sheree and Porsha together in an alleged matchup next season, it would make for great television. And we can explore this rumor about there being some big beef between the two. Honestly, again, I could see the tension. I could feel it. But I was privy to the rumors about Porsha and Sheree not necessarily getting along in these past couple years, especially since Porsha has dated, been engaged, and married Simon. Now, kinfolk, I will say this also. Of course, this rumor is just alleged information and speculation, but one would have to think, how refreshing would a storyline be between Portia and Sheree? And would it warrant Portia actually getting the peach over Kim? Well, when I talked to my sources, they did tell me this one thing regarding alleged information from production. And it's this. My sources are telling me that behind the scenes productions, they're just looking for fresh storylines for next season. It has been a roller coaster with ratings. One moment they're high, the next moment they're low. But one thing has pretty much been clear, allegedly to producers, according to my sources, is that they are in need of more fresh storylines. Storylines that have not been done already. Storylines that fans may not know about. But they need fresh storylines, and preferably fresh storylines with OGs. I think that what they're seeing now is that Real Housewives of Atlanta is somewhat of a heritage franchise. And it only works when there is a very majority of, when the majority of the cast is either OGs or veterans. And what we saw with Real Housewives of Atlanta these past couple of seasons, or at least these last 2 seasons, is we have seen that there literally be a even split of former OG or veteran housewives and newbies. And this season we saw more newbies than we did veteran housewives and also OGs. So from my sources telling me is that, if you are to believe this rumor, that there is some tension or secret tension between Sheree and Portia, and if production does find out this rumor to be somewhat factual, we can see Portia coming back in full force, simply because this gives fans new drama. It gives fans a new insight, a new storyline, a new narrative, something that we as fans have been asking for, and something from my sources are saying that production is just now starting to see that they are in desperate need of. Now, kinfolk, the next thing about this rumor that I do find very, not really surprising, and it has to do with Kim and her pursuit to return to the franchise next season. And it's this. My sources are telling me that Kim still has a fighting chance to return, and that once again we cannot take her privilege too lightly, because one, Kim does have a ready-to-go storyline that everyone pretty much has some information about, but not all information about it, and probably will want to see some new behind-the-scene details that we are not privy to. So with that being said, we have Kim who has a ready-to-go storyline, and it's not something that is kind of like has this mystery around it, like the alleged drama between Sheree and Portia. So with that being said, if you were to bring the 2 storylines to the table for the network and even producers, then conventionally thinking people will probably go with Kim, simply because we know that there's some drama there. However, when it comes to Sheree and Portia, we are assuming that there's some drama there and some beef there based off of rumors. But however, we don't know exactly what the beef is and to the extent of the drama between the two. However, it is something to be said about the mystery of a storyline and a narrative that could carry more weight. People are more interested in seeing what is it all about. People then become more interested in seeing how did this drama or this rumor unfold, and also who was right, who was wrong, and who started this alleged beef, so they can make an accurate assessment on whose team to actually join. So with that being said, kinfolk, although Portia does not have a ready in hand storyline, I think the excitement of the mystery surrounding her storyline or alleged beef between Sheree is enough to get her, or at least make a solid defense on why she should return to the franchise. Now, kinfolk, the last part of this rumor that I don't find too surprising, and it has to do with who the network allegedly wants back the most, and it's this. My sources are saying that allegedly the network really does want Kim back. They want Kim back because, one, they feel like at this point, OGs are they are what is needed. And also about the attention and the energy around Kim's, I would guess you could say, unfortunate divorce from Kroy, but the attention and excitement from fans and from networks and blogs about what's going on behind the scenes with her and Kroy's divorce proceedings. So with that being said, my sources are saying that it looks like it's pretty much an even split, with the network allegedly wanting Kim back more and producers allegedly wanting Portia back more. But what does that leave Sheree? Like my sources are saying, that leaves Sheree between two peaches in a hard place, because she has to decide on who does she wants to be loyal to, but also she has to ask herself who can give her the best storyline moving forward into next season. Because as I told you, my sources are saying not all of the housewives are guaranteed a spot next year, and these ladies really have to pull out the big storylines and the big narratives if they want to be reconsidered to return next season. OG or veteran not. It is really going to be who can produce the best storyline and the best narratives. So quite naturally, Sheree needs to pick who has the most juiciest storyline that's more beneficial to her getting her peach for next season. But kinfolk, I want to know what you guys think. If you are to believe this rumor, because right now it's all speculation and alleged information, do you think it could be a big fight between Kim and Sheree if Sheree decides to throw her full support behind Portia returning? Or do you think that, at this point, things are so uncertain that Sheree might not have to pick a side officially? They might just bring both Portia and Kim back and create 3 new dynamic storylines to get ratings back up. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. All right, kinfolk, as always, if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you guys over on the next one. Peace.